These fools, they'll never learn.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Food for Thought YouTube channel. If you don't know me, I'm Sean, aka Food for Thought, and if this is your first time viewing the channel, I appreciate you. Welcome. I hope I have something that I can offer you in the way of martial arts cinema entertainment. So today I just wanted to do a very short, hopefully short, review about a film that I saw recently. It's a 2024 film, and it is called Life After Fighting. Now, you may have kind of witnessed or heard buzz about this film. A lot of people on Twitter, aka X, are talking about it at the moment, and a lot of people are saying that it's their #1 martial arts film of the year. Keep in mind, a lot of people have not seen Twilight of the Warriors yet, so, you know, well, Twilight of the Warriors Walled In, I should say, give it its full title. Not everyone has seen that yet, so I imagine, unless there's a really, really fantastic martial arts film on the horizon, perhaps Donnie Yen's new one, we don't know yet. I don't think Kenji Tanagaki's new film, The Furious, is going to drop this year, so that might be next year. But unless there's a very, very decent martial arts film on the horizon, I imagine it might be a bit of a coin toss between Twilight of the Warriors and Life After Fighting. For those that don't know, Life After Fighting, it stars, is directed by, it is written by, it is choreographed by, and I even believe he is in charge of the music for the film, a gentleman called Bren Foster. Bren Foster is an Australian guy. I admit, I don't know much about him at all. I had to look on Wikipedia to find out a little more about him. And what I found out is basically he started his acting career on Days of Our Lives, the soap opera, the American soap opera, I should say, actually, because I'm sure other countries don't get it. He was on that show for 100+ episodes, and then his other really big acting credit is this show on TNT called The Last Ship. I don't know much about it, but I know it was quite popular when it came out. So they're his two big major credits as far as TV work goes. He was in a number of films. He was in Deep Blue Sea 3, for example. I didn't even know there was a third one, but, you know, hats off to him for being in that. And, yeah, he hasn't really done anything huge as far as I'm aware. He may have been in a Steven Seagal film some point along the way. Whether you can call that huge or not, I do not know. But he is a martial artist. He is well-versed in Taekwondo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, etc., etc. Anyway, to get to the meat of the review. So he's made this film called Life After Fighting. Let me tell you, I sat down to watch this film. It's now available on Amazon Prime to rent or buy. I'm sure it's available on all digital platforms to rent or buy. I haven't checked them all. I watched it on Prime. So I sat down to watch it, and I didn't really know what to expect, except a few people online that I trust had said it's a banger. It's a really, really good film. It's incredible. So I sat down to watch it, and initially I wasn't expecting what it presented me, which is, and be forewarned, this film is a martial arts drama with kind of leaning heavily on the drama. So don't expect, again, you know, a fight-filled film like, you know, The Night Comes For Us or something like that. Don't expect, you know, anything like that. It's more along the lines of, it's kind of a quiet, brooding drama that ramps up the tension as it goes. I'm not going to spoil too much, sorry. Bren Foster plays a martial arts teacher with his own martial arts studio, and he teaches children. And someone comes along, a woman with a child. She wants to enroll in his martial arts school. He obviously enrolls the kid, and he essentially falls for the woman. He gets with the woman has an ex-husband, and then shit starts going down. The film actually goes in quite a dark direction. It's not as simple as, ooh, it's the bad ex-husband, you know, let's do something about him. Not quite that. It is dark, it is grim, but it's really good. It's really, really good. The way it manages the drama is excellent. Again, there is a smattering of fight scenes in the film. Not a ton. They're not too long. But there are a few here and there that kind of punctuate. It gives you those nice action beats, right, that you want in a film that's heavy with drama, where you're expecting martial arts action. So it gives you those nice action beats. And when you watch the action, immediately you'll notice one thing. It's good. It's really, really good. And there's a little taster early on in the film where I myself was watching it and I was just like, oh, hold on. From the initial fight, like the first fight, I was like, oh, this could be good. You know, there is good stuff happening here. The fight choreography is kind of a blend of everything. The BJJ's in there. The Taekwondo is definitely in there. Lots of kicks. There's some karate in there. There's a whole bunch of martial arts thrown in. And on the screen, it looks really good. And I'll even go as far as to say it's not really something we see often. If I was going to compare it to something, and I don't really want to compare it to this, but if I had to, I would compare it to a Scott Adkins film. Reason being, the kind of, Scott Adkins is heavy on kicks. He's got that kicking ability, but he's very physical, but doesn't do, it's not silat, it's not kung fu. It's kind of just raw kicks and punches. There are some nice takedowns. There are, plenty of throws, locks, all that good stuff. I also don't want to compare it to Scott Adkins because Bren Foster, I think, is in his late 40s, and of course he's a white gentleman, and Scott Adkins is a white gentleman. Neither of them are American. I don't want comparisons like that. I think that will only hurt Bren Foster. I've seen people calling him the new Scott Adkins. I don't really like that because he definitely seems to have his own brand of martial arts or action cinema going on, and it's something special. So anyway, as the film goes along, as I said, it gets pretty dark, and the subject matter goes on to, I don't want to spoil anything, but as a warning for those that are kind of more delicate when it comes to these types of things, the subject matter goes on to child trafficking. I will basically say what it is. It is child trafficking. So it's kind of grim. There isn't you don't see anything too vicious, too brutal. It's nothing like that. It's not, it doesn't go that far, but, the idea of it is pretty grim. Anyway, I just want to touch on that just in case everyone was just like, well, how dark does it go? How grim is it? That subject matter is brought up. Anyway, fast forward a little bit, and you get to the end of the film. I'm not going to spoil the end, but I can tell you at the end, there is, and I kid you not, there is 30 to 40 minutes of straight action. Non-stop action at the end. I personally don't know how long it is. I saw someone online say it was 40 minutes. I can understand how it's 30 to 40 minutes. It is heavy on the action. Non-stop fighting for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And it is beautiful. And I'm not kidding. This is incredible. The action is violent as hell. It is crisp. It has wonderful fight choreography going on. It is non-stop. The enemies keep coming. He keeps fucking them up. And it is just, honestly, I was blown away. Truly blown away. I was, when you get that giddy feeling when you're watching truly good action, I'm sure all martial arts cinema fans know this feeling, whether it's a good old school shapes fight or a good kind of modern, whatever you want to call it, style, let's say like a good silat fight or kung fu, or, I guess we all got that feeling when we first watched something like The Raid, or even a Scott Adkins film. I'm sure a lot of us got it when we first watched Undisputed 2. You get that feeling, this like excitement in your chest, and it's just like, oh my god, this is wonderful. This has it in absolute droves. It is exquisite stuff, and yeah, I was blown away. It is truly magical. So I do warn people that in order to get to the good stuff, you do have to sit through some drama. But please, 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 that warning that I'm giving you is not, hey, the drama's shit. You have to sit through shit drama in order to get to the action. The drama is wonderful. It's really well done. It's very, very well acted, in my opinion. Some people have said that the acting's a bit ropey. I don't think so. I thought the acting was very good. And what's interesting about this film as well is that there's for those of you that like to explore themes in films, like to explore like the metaphor, the themes, what's going on behind just what we're seeing on the screen. I personally think there are really interesting themes to explore in this film. I think the main theme of the film is, what does it mean to be a martial artist? I think there is a question the film asks, that can you be a true martial artist if you do not accept the reality of violence, real life violence. So can you be a fighter, a trained fighter, if you aren't willing to fight? And I think they asked that question. There's lots of people in the film that take up martial arts, and they're all doing the kia stuff. And when real violence kind of pops off, they're upset by it. They're perturbed. They don't want to see it. And I think the film kind of explores that a little bit. That how are you going to be a true martial artist, a true fighter, if you can't accept the reality of violence? And I really liked it. I thought it was very, very interesting. And it doesn't hit you over the head with it. It's kind of subtle, but I really, really do like that theme. And I think it goes throughout the film. I think I won't. I don't want to. I don't want to reveal too much, but it asks that question, and then it kind of hits you in the face with very, very extreme violence towards the end. And I think that's a nice kind of answer to its question that it poses early on in the film. But maybe I'm looking into things. Maybe Bren Foster will turn around and go, Sean, you're completely wrong. You made absolute no sense whatsoever. That's not the case. And fine. If that's true, that's true. But personally, that's what I saw. That's what I felt. Also, if you asked me to compare this film to another film, I wouldn't necessarily go with a Scott Adkins film, funnily enough. I would go for Broken Path. For those of you that don't know Broken Path, it's also known as Broken Fist. It's also known as Fist of the Yakuza. It's also known as... what's the other one? Attack on Yakuza. It's known as everything. It's got like 16 different names. But if I was going to... it's a Johnny Young Bosch film, if you don't know. It's got Johnny Young Bosch and Dan Southworth in it. If you don't know that film, then definitely seek it out. It's incredible. It's non-stop fighting throughout the entire film. Whereas this film isn't non-stop fighting, I would compare it kind of stylistically to Broken Path, Broken Fist, whatever you want to call it. I think they're very similar. They're both low budget, and they both hit you with very, very hard-hitting, brutal, gory action and beautiful martial arts, and it's wonderful. We need more films like Life After Fighting. We really, really do. I just think it's special, guys. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but it's special. It's a really special film. I hope more people go out and see it. More people go out and enjoy it. I can't see martial arts fans not liking it. I would be surprised if anyone turned around and said, no, this film's garbage. And if they did, the only reason why I can see them saying that is if they just are impatient with it. They are constantly looking for that drama, the opposite of drama. They're looking for that violence, and it doesn't quite get to them as quickly as they like. I can see that being their primary complaint. And hey, if that's how you are, if you just want violence, all right, maybe you're going to struggle with this film. But please, I ask, please be patient. Allow yourself to absorb the film. Allow yourself to enjoy the drama. Side note, the film's long. The film is long. For a martial arts film, it's long. It's 2 hours and 4 minutes. That's long. But keep in mind, the last 30 minutes are nothing but action. I kid you not, nothing but action. And it is stellar action. It is exquisite action. Really, really good stuff. I think you'll love it. I honestly, if you as a martial arts film fan go in to Life After Fighting and you end up not liking it, contact me. I'll give you your money back. That's a lie. I won't. But hey, let's pretend that I'll give you your money back. And hopefully I can wrap this up here. Was I brief today? I was quite brief today. Wonderful. Just checking the time. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really, really, really appreciate it. Again, Life After Fighting, it's on streaming platforms, digital platforms now, I should say. It's not streaming for free anywhere. Keep that in mind. It is only available for purchase or to rent. I rented it, or did I purchase it? I can't remember. I did one of the two. Either way. But it's really, really good. Go out and give it support as well. Bren Foster is a small filmmaker as far as I know, and he'll need our support. He's amazing on Twitter, /X. He's really good at responding to people and commenting on people's tweets or posts that they type up about the film. He just seems like a genuinely nice guy. He responded to my thoughts on the film, so I really appreciate that. So yeah, go ahead, go and check it out. If you like what you see on this channel, I'm going to post up more reviews. My channel is kind of small. We focused mainly on the podcast, but slowly but surely I'm going to start doing more reviews and unboxings and stuff like that. So keep what's the term? Keep your eyes peeled. That's what I wanted to say. Keep your eyes peeled. I'll start putting out more and more soon. The podcast, episodes are once every 2 weeks. Got some of them coming up soon. But thank you so much. Comment down below. I like to respond to everyone's comments. Subscribe. All that good stuff. And I would love a cheeky thumbs up if you can give me one. Thank you so much. Take care. And I will catch you next time.